When you're out here driving race cars for a living, life's not bad. Life was particularly good to Justin Grant during the early part of the 2022 USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship Tour, and he got the ball rolling early and often in the season opener at Ocala, Florida's Bubba Raceway Park.
Still crowded, coming out turn number 4 and onto the front chute. McIntosh leads lap number 1. Grant trying to go on the attack down the inside, sweeps out across the racing surface. Here comes the 39 BC, Emerson Axum. He moves into P3 on the field, side by side for 4th and 5th back behind, trying to catfish off the bottom. Tanner Thorson at number 19 car. Buddy Kofoid is right there. 5-car breakaway up front, 3 wide for that number 3 spot back behind. Crossover move, and what a bold one it is for Emerson Axum at 39 BC. That's an opportunity for Emerson Axum to close. Tanner Thorson going to make a run at second, down to the inside. Thorson, bold move on Emerson Axum. Axum slides out wide. Thorson goes to P2. Now he, with 2 laps to go, sets his sights on running down Justin Grant up front. 2J car down on the inside. Tanner Thorson has got to go. He'll sling it hard down on the inside, out wide for Justin Grant. White flag comes out. Final voyage of velocity. Thorson trying to clear the lap traffic. The ME electrical ride down on the inside. Justin Grant needs 2 good corners ahead of him to put this one into the bag. And I believe he's got it out of turn number 4. Oh, red flag coming out, 1 over. Red flag comes out, 1 over at turn number 3, just as we were coming to the checkered flag. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise. Justin Grant picking up the win on night number 1. This is the best part right here. Boom.
You only get one chance to make a first impression, but when that impression lasts throughout the entirety of the weekend, that's when you know you've got something special. And Justin Grant had that in spades on night 2 in Ocala.
Grant's right there, firing one out of the middle, down into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Justin Grant looking to be captain of the ship. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Jade's caught up to traffic. It's game on up front. Here we go. Justin Grant lets her go out wide. Jade Avedisian down on the inside trying to dig around the 19 AZ. Hayden Reinbold. Here comes Grant. He'll give a little tap to the right rear. And onto the point goes the 2J car. Jade shuffle back into second on the field. Justin Grant was waiting. A lot of activity to be found, especially around the Logan Seabees vicinity. The number 11 spot's red flag comes out. Now to turn number 4. You do not want to see that happen. Team has, unfortunately, that contact or that roll he had earlier on lap number 2 may have weakened something on that race car. They didn't catch it. Looked like it broke coming out turn number 4. Thorson going to work back behind on Wiedemann now. Tanner down low. Wiedemann comes down, slams the door in his face. That battle taking place back for P6 about. Is up front, Buddy Kofoid trying to get a run now on Justin Grant. Grant slips out wide down at turn number 1 and 2 and opens himself up to attack. And the 2J's got to hold off Buddy Kofoid. One more trip around the 3/8 mile. Still sailed off down into turn number 1 and 2. Buddy Kofoid can see him, just cannot get to him. Is down the back chute. Justin Grant doubles up, or looks to double up. Here at Winter Dirt Games 13, Kofoid one last shot to no avail. Checkered flag for Justin Grant on night number 2.
Well, Justin Grant goes undefeated in 2022. He's 2 for 2. Here comes the can smash.
Throughout the first 66 years of USAC National Midget competition, the longest winning streak any driver had strung together to begin a season was 2. In year 67, Justin Grant wrote a news story, which came in an unnaturally subdued celebration after a late race incident with race-long leader Chase McDermott.
Justin Grant trying to go up the game plan to get around him and maybe pick up the win here tonight, but it's just 9 laps remaining on his feature, and McDermott got a little sideways that time at turn number 3 and 4. Ooh, I thought the old Mount Stout rod was going to give it away, but he doesn't. Quickly recalibrates. No, we got him stacked up big time on the back chute. Holy smokes. I was watching your race leaders, and we had a car absolutely vertical on the racetrack, and I believe that was Noah Harris. And Chase McDermott's off and running. Justin Grant trying to strike fast down into turn number 1 and 2. Lets it slide up across the racetrack. So we'll follow in the footsteps out of the corner and down the back chute. Nobody really wants to break out of line. They do down in the corner. Around goes Taylor Reimer. Just got monster trucked. Unfortunately, by Ethan Mitchell. We got a car upside down in turn number 1 and 2. That's Chase McDermott upside down in turn number 2, your race leader. Oh, my goodness. There to 67, a little texture and character to be found on the racetrack. Look out, Buddy Kofoid. Caught a tire, didn't get her biked up. That thing literally left the earth momentarily. I thought he was going for a ride. White flag comes out. Looking to go into the history books here tonight for the first time in NOS Energy Drink National Midget history. We'll open up the season with 3 wins in a row for Justin Grant.
It's with a fair amount of certainty to say that Buddy Kofoid has Saturday night USAC Midget Racing at Port City Raceway down pat. For the second consecutive season, the Pine Grove, California native made Saturday night all right for winning.
He ripped their way onto the front straightaway. Swarm of speed back behind, splayed out across the racetrack, out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, and Moles instantly pulls the gap on Buddy Kofoid to 67, but Kofoid closes down in the corner. Here comes Kofoid out across. Moles kind of checked out of the throttle, and now to get the 67 car on the point. Mitchell right back at him again. Steals the lane away, Buddy's going to try to turn him back to the inside. They'll come together. Underneath the flag stand, look who else has arrived on scene. It's old Slider Die himself. Here comes Team Hez in the 7X car. Pestering out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 1, 2, 3 on the field. Up front, Mitchell Moles back in contention as Kofoid comes up and shuts the door on him. Singed sideburns coming out turn number 2. Mitchell Moles trying to get back to him again, but now Kofoid's going to dance his way off. Out into turn number 1 and 2. Pulls out by 3 or 4 car lengths. You start to see moisture kind of wick off those rear tires. And so far, Kofoid's not giving it to him. He'll bring it around, and the white flag will come out this time by the starter stand. One more voyage of velocity here at Port City Raceway for Buddy Kofoid. Looking to pick up that $7,001 check here at the 3rd annual Workco Manufacturing Annual T-Town Midget Showdown presented by Priority Aviation. Buddy Kofoid is victorious tonight. He'll do it again. Up out of the car he comes, giving a big round of applause. Buddy Kofoid picking up the win.
It had been 3 seasons since the USAC National Midgets had last visited Tri-City Speedway in Granite City, Illinois. As it just so happened, it had been 3 seasons since the last instance of a USAC National Midget driver earning fast qualifying time, a heat race victory, and a featured triumph all within a single evening. Consider that foreshadowing.
Middle of the racetrack, the 67 car tries to poke his nose up in there. Got the door slammed in his face. He'll bop back into the number, well, let's call it 5 spot, at least for now. So hustle on through. 2 and 3 wide battles through the field. Charges down into the corner, and Thomas Meserol starting to apply a little bit of pressure as he slides himself down into turn number 3 and 4. So meanwhile, here comes the run at P3. Suck out. That was a close one there. Buddy Kofoid barely kept himself out on the side of that race car and gave up some real estate and quickly gets back to the whip again. There goes Kofoid. Bold move into traffic. Oh my. Slipped down to the inside, slides out to the outside for Buddy Kofoid. He is making big moves in a number 67 car. Justin Grant watching on from back in 5th on the field. And here comes running a race lead out. Turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Jacob Denny was back here. Now Kofoid goes on to the point. That'll shuffle the 61 car back into P2. As Buddy Kofoid is making some big strides. Boy, he came loaded for bear out here tonight. Gonna sweep the night tonight. Set quick time in the Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. Picked up his heat race win, and he's looking to pick up the victory here at Tri-City Speedway. Checkered flag comes out, and that, my friends, is a done deal. Buddy Kofoid will be the winner.
Tonight, he becomes the, again, most recent winner with the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midgets, Buddy Kofoid.
By the time Indiana Midget Week kick-started at Bloomington Speedway, Buddy Kofoid had the circuit on lockdown. That became readily apparent during the opener for the 18th annual edition of the Hoosier State Mini-Series at the same red clay oval, which had been the launching pad for his title run the year before.
I think your race leader is going to be in danger here before too awful long. Crum down on the inside is about to catch some company as they're moving up off the bottom back behind, and he's a little bit of a sitting duck up front. As Cal Cummins goes to the rim, the 3G car kind of bebopping his way onto the front chute. As Buddy Kofoid slips around the outside of Justin Grant, goes into P3. Ryan Wiedemann just trails a bit to Bryson as now Kofoid goes to the outside in that battle for the number 2 spot. You cannot turn your attention away from the front for very long, so you might have a new race leader here before too awful long. As Kofoid continues to crush the cushion, getting into turn number 1. Just upsets the race car, and he powers his way out of it. And he is closed now on Chance Crum. Crum down on the inside. Again, Kofoid searching on the top side of the racetrack. And that is a treacherous trail to tread down at that end. Chance Crum doing a phenomenal job. And the number 26 car now will feel the pressure coming out of the 67 of Kofoid's. Kofoid's right there looking to the inside. More lap traffic lies ahead. Kofoid smoother than chicken lips that time. Here it comes. New race leader out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Crum gives it up. Right into rolling roadblock in the form of the 19 AZ and a 06 car. As there's that little misstep out of the number 67 of Kofoid. Down in turn number 1 and 2. Crum still close enough to maybe able to get this one back as here comes Justin Grant and Cal Cummins right behind. Crum on the inside. Kofoid gives it up. Chance Crum gets around him. Back into P1 and Buddy Kofoid shuffle back into second in the field to the 67 car with 4, make that 3 laps to go. Caution comes out. Son of a biscuit. Oh my goodness. Buddy Kofoid's race to start the NOS Energy Drink. Starting can, and here we go. The game is afoot. Down into the corner, Chance Crum right back down to the inside where he's getting that good dig, but Kofoid found his marks down turn number 1 and 2 and pulls a tremendous gap on the rest of the field. As up front, it's going to be the white flag coming out for Buddy Kofoid. My goodness gracious. Oh, he's out over the cushion. Right back onto the racetrack. Cowboy up and hammer down for Buddy Kofoid. He's going to pick up the opening night win here for Indiana Midget Week at Bloomington Speedway. Because here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
Despite Lawrenceburg Speedway being his own self-described favorite racetrack, Buddy Kofoid had felt the frustrations of finishing as the runner-up there over the past 2 seasons. But this Saturday night was different for score number 4.
Back in the field comes Buddy Kofoid into second with a burner out through the eye of the needle. Charge down in, he's going after the top spot here on lap number 2. Justin Grant says, not so fast, young man, and powers back down the inside. The 2 J car and hangs on to it for now. Kofoid slams another bomb on him. Boom, baby. There goes Grant one more time into the point. Kofoid's just going to keep hammering that. Justin Grant looking to go to the outside, has to drop the nose on. He'll go side by side with the 67 car, try to slow the momentum down into the corner. Not going to let Kofoid throw a bomb on him that time. Kofoid says exactly what I planned on. To the point goes the 67 car. Oh, red flag out. Heavy contact. One still rolling down across the racetrack. Tail of the field, Cannon McIntosh is coming off the bottom. It looks like Cannon McIntosh slid off the bottom and stalled. Chase McDermott had nowhere to go, and Kaylee Brayson had nowhere to go. Final trip around Lawrenceburg Speedway on night number 2 of Indiana Midget Week. And Buddy Kofoid came loaded for bear this year. My goodness gracious. Picked up a win at Tri-City. He'll go back-to-back in Indiana Midget Week here at Lawrenceburg Speedway for the number 67. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Michael Buddy Kofoid.
In an unpredictable event filled to the brim with its share of drama, tempers, and an incalculable amount of madness for 30 laps, the victor happened to be the one who has made winning USAC National Midget races at Tri-State Speedway seem routine, all while having to fend off the series' most unstoppable force of late.
84, Jada Avedisian almost went for a wild ride there, as unfortunately we got into the right rear tire of that 84 car. Thought that was going to be the opening for Buddy Kofoid, and it might be. Kofoid down the back straightaway, hot on the heels, goes deep into turn number 3. High, wide, and handsome for the number 67. It's going to get pinched off on the wall. T-Bez hangs on for now. Here comes Kofoid down on the inside. He's back behind. Big charge down into the corner. Buddy Kofoid, slide her out across. T-Bez got her back down to the inside. Hangs on to the race lead for now. Kofoid testing the waters, and the number 67 catches that little cushion coming out turn number 2 and upsets the race car. Justin Grant trying to get up there in the mix of those top 2 cars. Races down into the corner on the inside. Not quite a slide job, more of a drive job out across the racetrack. There's a Rooster Tail Awesome back behind. Here goes Grant down low. Looking for that number 2 spot on Buddy Kofoid. Kofoid maybe shuffle back into third. Nope. Comes right back at Grant. That'll get Grant kicked up across as Buddy Kofoid not quite clear coming through in the 67 car. Buddy Kofoid not picking up the pace he needs. Gets the door slammed in his face. He'll go to the inside. There's contact, and that's not good for either of those cars. And Grant goes over top side of the racetrack. NOS Energy Drink starting can. underway, and again, kind of enters at the middle of the racetrack, takes it out to the cushion and down the back straightaway. Buddy Kofoid running hard, hot on his heels. Here comes Kofoid down low. Mesero out wide's got clearance. He ricochets off the cushion to the white flag. One more trip around. That may have been a shot there for the number 67 car. As Kofoid trips coming out of turn number 2. Timez is going to take her into the corner and go wire to wire on night number 3, Indiana Midget Week. This one goes in the books at Tri-State. So here he comes, makes some noise for Timez.
In what was a night full of firsts in USAC National Midget Racing history, Jacob Denny delivered his first one in what was just his 6th career USAC National Midget start, and he had to do it by tracking down one of the all-time greats in the process.
To the corner up front, it's still a great battle taking place. Jacob Denny down the inside, Jerry Coons Jr. to the outside. Coons score him P1 on the field. The 85 digs his way out in front of the 61. Both of those cars separating from the field. Zach Dom running third for now. The non-M car, 12 laps remain. And Jacob Denny is now run down the tail feathers of Jerry Coons Jr. Two-car tussle taking place. The two-car tango out of turn number 4. And Jacob Denny's got a game plan to Mount Stout Motorsports, number 61. And Coons down on the inside, working through the apex, keeps it tight to the tires. Lap traffic lies ahead. Sam Johnson. Here comes Denny down on the inside. You got a new race leader. Denny just picked his pocket coming out of the corner. Jerry Coons Jr. is probably shaking his head and saying biscuits. Left that lane a little too wide down low. And Jacob Denny looks stellar earlier on this week. Not a lot of experience here with the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. Maybe his 5th or 6th start at most for the driver behind the wheel of the number 61 car. And he's going to see the white flag this time out of turn number 4. Back behind, Dom's got himself into the number 2 spot. Jerry Coons Jr. running third on the field, but up front, Jacob Denny. What a stellar run. Rolled from the pole, did not lead every lap, but by George, he's there when it counts. Still rolls out of the corner, and Lincoln Park Speedway, the win goes to Jacob Denny. He's quickly coming out of the race car. Make some noise, race fans. That's a big win for Jacob Denny.
This one had been a long time coming for Kanan McIntosh. Entering the Indiana Midget Week finale at Kokomo, the Oklahoman had endured a more than 20-month absence from USAC Victory Lane, a span of 57 series races without a triumphant celebration. Following an earlier monsoon, which delayed the start for 2 hours, a drought was ended.
Field Kanan McIntosh down low. He's going to dig into the number 3 spot with the hard charge down into turn number 3. He's got it. Now the corner we come. Kaylee Bryson hot on the tail tank. A 08 car putting the pressure on McIntosh for that number 4 spot. On that battle taking place deep in the field. Meanwhile, here comes the running your number 2 spot. McDougal slipping through down on the inside. Is able to get around McIntosh. 19 cars right there. McIntosh with another slider down into the corner. A short slider down on the inside. McDougal was going to drop it down low. And lo and behold, McIntosh threw the binders on and hung down on the inside of the racetrack. That'll keep McDougal back in the number 3 spot. Justin Grant, your race leader up front. Kaylee Bryson running 4th on the field. 5th, Buddy Kofoid, the number 67. Jacob Denny's down there on the inside. He's got some company out of the 89 of Mitchell Moles. Moles down low. Powers off of turn number 2, trying to get away from Denny. Denny pestering, though, the number 61 car hanging tough. And a battle back in about the number 6 and 7 spot. Up front, Justin Grant just lost the race lead to Kanan McIntosh. Down turn number 1 and 2, McIntosh making it happen out here with this new hot rod. Got her super tuned out here at Kokomo Speedway. Fired that baby onto the point. Now Grant trying to get back at him. He's not going to get to him as he heads down the back chute with the 08 car. Going to pick up the win here at Kokomo Speedway. It's going to be Kanan McIntosh. 08 victorious tonight. He's up and out of the car he comes. Make some noise, race fans, for Kanan McIntosh.
4, 3, 2, 1 is the familiar refrain for any type of countdown, but mainly, this countdown also applied to Buddy Kofoid's first 4 career midget feature starts at South Dakota's Huset Speedway, in which his first 3 starts leading into the event resulted in a 4th, a 3rd, and a 2nd. The numerology gave us the heads up on what was up next.
As for the first time in this feature event, he has caught traffic that is running his line. He'll dive to the inside line. The top groove is open. Here comes Brennan Crouch looking for the race lead, side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, a little bit of a pick to the outside. outside there. Kaylee Bryson holds up Brenham Crouch in the 97 car. Mitchell lays a slider on him. Here comes Justin Grant. He was up on the apron down low. Oh, my goodness gracious. Buddy Kofoid gets third away from Grant, and we hammer out of turn number 2 and down to back straightaway. Here comes Kofoid on the attack for second.
At the halfway point, it is on out front. Mitchell Moles continuing to show the way. Crouch right there. Oh, sideways off of the number 4 turn. Nearly had contact here in the front stretch. Crouch had a run at him momentarily there. Moles continues to run out front, but Buddy Kofoid is lurking. He's caught the top 2. He'll dive to the bottom. Slide job for the second spot. They rub bumpers at the exit of turn 2.
Boy, Brenham Crouch had to get onto binders hard to keep himself out of the back of the number 67 car. Buddy Kofoid's going to the front one way or the other.
A close battle here as we come off of turn number 4. Mitchell Moles, Buddy Kofoid, 1-2 by the flag stand. Moles dives to the bottom. This could be the opportunity for Kofoid. He'll look to the inside.
Boy, that lap traffic got caught there, and here comes Kofoid down to the inside. He'll throw a slider. Mitchell Moles trying to turn it back to the inside. Nope. Has to check up. Kofoid goes to the point. Yeah, taking on across now. Soon to be a handful of laps remaining on this one. Ooh, split in the eye of the needle. Bold move by the 67 car, Buddy Kofoid, as he continues to work around the racetrack. Just fearless as he powers out. Before we got one into the wall, Mitchell Moles ricocheting off, broken front end. Oh, don't run it down there. That's a bad deal. As he'll go over into number 89. Had broken the right front. Tried to get back to the throttle again. And take it around the old third bow here one more time. Hustles down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Checkered flag set to fly. Coming out turn number 4 on night number 1 of the USAC Nationals. And Buddy Kofoid's going to pick up the win with the NOS Energy Drink Midgets. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
Among the most dominating runs in USAC National Midget history was Rich Vogler's 1978 campaign, in which he kicked off the year with 6 victories in his first 13 starts. In 2022, Buddy Kofoid bettered that by becoming the fastest ever to reach the 6th since in race number 12 on night 2 at Huset, accomplishing the feat in just the 12th event of the year during Saturday's night 2 at Huset.
Kofoid right back down the inside, runs it deep in the corner. McIntosh hanging tough on the outside, not intimidated at all. They're side by side across the stripe.
They'll race it back down into turn number 1. Another slider from Kofoid. McIntosh back to his inside, and he's got a big run down the back straightaway, pulling up to the outside of Jacob Denny.
Yeah, got a run on the number 67 car. Now looks to the inside of Denny. Look out off the apron. Almost got into the side of the 61. Here comes Kofoid. Slide job across this dude. Right back to the inside goes Kofoid. Justin Grant enters the fray into number 2.
Now McIntosh, big drive on the top side of the speedway once again, but here is where Denny's much better in the 61 machine running in the second spot. He's actually starting to pull up and challenge Chance Crum for the race lead. Look at the 3-car battle as they go to 3.
Here comes a bold move down to the inside. Slide job out across the nose. A new race leader coming out turn number 4. Kana McIntosh goes to the point. 08 car. Hard down in the corner. Lap traffic lies ahead. 3 wide for the race lead.
Big drive on the top side of the speedway for Cannon McIntosh as you'll go to the top side. 3 wide for the 3rd spot and make it the 2nd spot. Crum come up right in front of Buddy Kofoid. That happening right there with Jacob Denny in front of them. As the race for the 2nd spot fires up once again. Here comes Kofoid after Denny. Denny to the bottom. Kofoid ripping the top side of the speedway.
Yeah, Denny bobbles down on the inside. He'll give up the number 2 spot to the number 67 car. And again, right to the cushion for Buddy Kofoid, carrying a lot of speed down into turn number 1. That is a crazy bold move to make. Pretty cool there at the 0H. Changed up the game plan, as has the 67. Buddy Kofoid is out over the cushion. There goes Kofoid through. He'll got a new race leader out. Turn number 4. McIntosh trying to come back at him, getting a 08.
Got it on 2 wheels as he entered turn number 3, but loses the lead, doesn't give up too much ground, still pressuring Buddy Kofoid as they race to turn number 3.
2 and 3 wide back behind. Maria Kofer still there as well. Justin Grant, one working through the middle of the racetrack as Kana McIntosh closes on Kofoid. Battle for your race lead into 3. Here comes McIntosh down the inside.
He started that slide job in the next stage, couldn't quite clear Kofoid as they'll race back to turn number 1. Traffic lurks in front of your top 2 by a 1/3 of a straightaway, but when they get to the flag stand, Chet, only 5 laps going to remain in this one as we be prepared for lap trap. Green, white checker to settle it here at Huset Speedway. Kofoid over the cushion. McIntosh bicycles, and he loses a couple of spots back to 4th.
That's going to cost him dearly. He'll come back down to the inside of Justin Grant, try to throw a slider and regain that 2nd position. Justin Grant down the inside. Jacob Denny quick to capitalize to almost 3 wide down into turn number 1.
But all of this happening behind Buddy Kofoid. As Grant gets over the cushion, he's going to lose several spots. They're banging wheels deep in the field.
Yeah, still 3 wide up front, though. Buddy Kofoid's going to come away with the win on night number 2. He'll go back-to-back here at Huset Speedway. So here he comes, race fans. Let's make some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
1 year ago, Cannon McIntosh was the dominant figure in the first half of the 100-lap Huset Speedway USAC Nationals Midget feature until slowing with a flat right rear tire. Fast forward to 2022, and that race was still fresh on McIntosh's mind. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and he knew he needed to turn the tables and be present when it counted in the second half at the finish line.
Boy, just like that, team has got the memo and ramps up the speed in the 7X car. He decided that the race was on. As down into the corner he goes, 7X hanging on to second for now. Justin Grant, your race leader up front, is up and over. Buddy Kofoid, holy smoke-a-rama. That comes to an abrupt halt. Justin Grant charges down into turn number 1 with Jacob Denny to the inside yet again.
Yeah, Thomas Meserol's going to fall to the back of the field, so Cannon McIntosh in that third spot, and here comes Grant. He'll go down the inside of the speedway. Is it a change of line for speed, or is he trying to conserve fuel by taking the shorter line? Well, no, he's back on the top over here in 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's just him looking around, and you look down on the inside. Jacob Denny's been working that berm down low, and a couple other drivers following suit as they again almost come together up front, running your race lead, coming out turn number 4. No, Grant hangs on, but what's happening is they're getting up on the apron of the racetrack. They're dragging loose stuff out onto the track, coming out turn number 2. That's going to get treacherous.
They certainly are, as Grant just rooster-tailed the back straightaway, and he'll slide up off of turn number 4. Race for the lead as they come back to the flag stand. It's still Justin Grant.
Yeah, Jacob Denny giving him all he can handle up front. Can't really turn your attention away from that battle taking place between those two as they're still side by side down into turn number 3. Here comes the run out of Denny. Deep into the corner. Justin Grant bobbles off the cushion. Jacob Denny goes to the race lead.
56 laps to go as we go back to green flag action here at Huset. It's the 61 of Jacob Denny, Justin Grant, Cannon McIntosh. Oh boy, they banged wheels, and Justin Grant's upside down.
That's not good.
They are within a couple of car lengths. Here comes a big run from Cannon McIntosh as they head to the back straightaway, closing in on your race leader very quickly.
Going to throw a slider out across the racetrack. Denny's going to watch him swoop on through, drive back down to the inside, and right back into P1 for the number 61 car. Works the bottom at turn number 1 and 2. McIntosh, that short little diamond maneuver onto the back chute. Might not have the run this time to pull a slider onto 61. He's going to try it anyway. Denny's got to wait on him. Back down to the inside.
The race on out front here as we go down to 41 laps remaining. Denny on the bottom, Cannon McIntosh. Yep, there's the big run down the hill. Here comes that slide for the lead once again in turn number 3.
That happened a little earlier through the apex there for the 08 car. Denny still quick enough to get back down to the inside the number 61. They'll continue to swap that position. This time McIntosh a little closer coming out of the corner.
He'll dive back to the inside, doesn't go all the way to the bottom, doesn't slide up the racetrack. Side by side for the position as they exit turn number 4. Jacob Denny holds onto the spot as they go back into 1.
Jacob Denny back down the inside. There's that ricochet maneuver out of the 08. And boy, you just can't turn your attention away from that, even though there's a battle taking place for third. There's another slider out of McIntosh and another crossover out of Denny. That is just to repeat the feat every time around.
As again, we throw a slider for the race lead and swap it right back.
That's become standard operating procedure down at that end of the racetrack. Denny right back down to the inside. Hard to hit the marks down low. You want to stay on the throttle as long as possible. Gets a good drive coming out of the corner. McIntosh looking to go down to the inside for another slider on Denny. Not going to happen that time. Denny, beautiful job by the 61 car to avoid that, and unfortunately threw him off his rhythm. He's going to get attacked by not one but 2 cars now.
White flag is out. Cannon McIntosh leads us down into turn number 1, keeps it on all 4 tires and sails down the back straightaway for the last time.
Off into turn number 3 goes. Shane Golovic pursues, not close enough to get to him. Cannon McIntosh is going to pick up the big payday here on the final night of the USAC Nationals. Here he comes, race fans. Let him hear you. Cannon McIntosh picks up the win at the USAC Nationals.
Cast as the pilot of a Keith Kunz Kerr-Bagajani Motorsports car for the first time in his USAC National Midget career, Ryan Timms performed to perfection. When the time came to roll credits, the OKC young gun played the starring role during Tuesday Night Thunder at his home state, Red Dirt Raceway.
2J shoots up to the cushion looking for some speed. Maybe it'll pick off 1 and 2 of them down the back chute. He's down low, keeping an eye on the 9M car. So bring her onto the front chute. Grant jumped the cushion a little too hot down in turn number 3 and 4 last time for the 2J up front. Thomas Meserol not shrugging off flying Ryan Timms, nor the 97 of Crouch and Zach Dom. So those top 4 tough to beat. Grant finds an opening, slides in front of Kaylee Bryson. Bryson to the inside. She's trying to pick off Grant and force him out wide. And Justin's going to give up on 1, but 2 spots at least before it's all said and done. He cannot find real estate on the bottom. They're freight training him out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2, back behind one, watching Mitchell Moles. Moles is trying to get around on the 71 car. That's going to be a battle taking place for 5th on the field. He's up front, a little flying job there, moved to the top spot for flying Ryan Timms. He picks up the race lead. Up front, flying Ryan Timms, looking absolutely stellar. Impressive run for the youth. We don't see him with the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series very often, but we're going to see him in victory lane here tonight. He looks untouchable as he takes the white flag and heads down into turn number 1 and 2. Well, Keith Coons, Kerbag and Janey, number 97K car. Timms, who has not picked up a win with us this year because we haven't really seen him a whole lot. We see him tonight, there's no doubt about it. Here comes the checkered flag, and Tuesday Night Thunder is going to go to the Wheatland, Oklahoma racer, flying Ryan Timms. But tonight he wins Tuesday Night Thunder. Make some noise for the Wheatland, Oklahoma racer, Ryan Timms.
24 hours prior, Thomas Meserol had literally let one slip away. After leading nearly the entire first half, T-Mez slipped off the bottom and left the door open for victory to escape his grasp. One night later at Solomon Valley Raceway, it turned out to be a 180-degree difference for Meserol, which ironically came on a day in which the north-central Kansas air temperature felt close to 180 degrees.
Top 3, nip and tuck out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Watch them now, down into turn number 3. Here comes the run of your race lead. Buddy Kofoid to the inside, slides out across the racetrack. New race leader across the stripe. McIntosh right back at him again. Kofoid protects on the bottom. T-Mez threads the eye of the needle out of turn number 2. Oh, get with the program. T-Mez, he's got it. Up front slide job on the 67. Another new race leader that time across. Meserol shows the way down in turn number 1 and 2. Kofoid comes up, a little tap on the keister of the 7X car. McIntosh shuffle back into third. Ethan Mitchell still there as well. Here comes Kofoid down the inside. Kofoid hangs on for now. The white flag set to flutter about for T-Mez up front. Meserol rolled off on the outside of row number 2. Now sails it down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back chute he goes, looking stout out here tonight at Solomon Valley Raceway. Still rip out of turn number 4. Checkered flag comes out. The Chad McDaniel Memorial goes to T-Mez, Thomas Meserol.
Mitchell Moles has made the month of July the month of breakthroughs for himself in USAC competition. Just 5 nights after registering his first USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship victory, the Raisin City, California native tallied his initial USAC National Midget triumph at Fairbury, Nebraska's Jefferson County Speedway.
So far, he's not finished off the podium. And a couple of occasions he's been out here with us during his Midwest Midget Week. Some power onto the front chute. Justin Grant dangling a donut. Timms to the inside, looking for the race lead. Almost had it that time by. Justin Grant trying to pinch him down low. Flying Ryan Timms trying to get a nose out ahead. Great battle for the race lead. Onto the front straightaway. And it's Ryan Timms coming away with P1. Goes Moles to the outside of Justin Grant. Grant down on the inside. Trying to hang on to P2's not going to be able to do it. Mitchell Moles grabs second that time by the stand. Now Justin Grant should have got the memo. He'll slide up to the high side as well and follow along with the 89. And Ryan Timms, a sitting duck down low. Here comes your race leader. Boom, got a new one. And to the point goes Mitchell Moles in the 89 car. Timms now falls into the tire tracks up high. Nope, goes back down to the inside. May give up the number 2 spot to Justin Grant in the 2J car. Timms able to close on Moles down into turn number 3 and 4. Here he comes down the inside. Got a little looky-loo on the number 89 car momentarily. As they continue to charge the field, Kate Lewis lies ahead in the 71M. He'll get a lap down pretty soon as well. Justin Grant still by his lonesome running third on the field. You'd forget about him. Buddy Kofoid running fourth. Slowly being closed upon by Zach Dahman and 9M cars. The laps continue to dwindle. 20 in the books, 10 to go. That time by the starter stand. Race leaders up front. Tight right on the nose. Here comes Timms down the inside. Look out, lap traffic. Had to get on to Binder's hard, kept himself out of the back of the 2C car, and unfortunately gave up a tremendous amount of real estate to Moles up front in the 89. Beautiful battle taking place from third on back, but up front, it's the Mitchell Moles show. Looking to pick up his first national win with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series here on night number 1 of the Midwest Midget Championship. It's Mitchell Moles. Here he comes, race fans. Let him hear you.
Amid a season in which a lot has gone right for Buddy Kofoid, a little bit of extra good fortune is something the Pine Grove, California native will gladly embrace when the situation calls for it. After a rare mid-race stumble, Kofoid was there to pounce when push came to shove in the closest finish of the season.
Dangled the donut, stole the lane away from the 97 car. He'll try to slide out through. Kenan McIntosh comes up, crossover, down low, forces Tim to the outside. Tremendous tussle between the top three, and so far not touched as here comes Tim. Slide job through the middle of the racetrack. Justin Grant catches some breathing room. Almost 3 wide for P2 on the field. Down on the inside, Jerry Cooch Jr., the number 85's got a good dig going on as Tibbs crosses down low. Here comes another slider on McIntosh. McIntosh back down to the inside. 3 wide out, turn number 4 onto the front chute. Back and forth for P2 on the field. How much longer can they continue? He's back behind Buddy Kofoid coming to play now. 67 car down on the inside, draws alongside the 08 as Tibbs goes after the top spot. Watching now out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Here comes a run on your race lead. Slide job down into the corner by flying Ryan Tibbs. Grant trying to get back to the inside. Tibbs scored P1 on the field. Justin Grant's now got to wake up the speed on the 2 J cars. He'll hustle out of turn number 2, slides up high. Here comes McIntosh back down to the inside. Slide job on Grant for second. They'll go side by side. Wheel to wheel come together. Touch down the front straightaway. Both of them able to shrug it off and hang on to position for now. 84 car coming to life back in the field along with little company. Out of Mitchell Moles. Moles jumps the cushion into the wall, off the wall. Look out, catches Brian Wiedemann. Everybody continues on. Cross flags out halfway through this 40-lap feature event. Buddy Kofoid working on Justin Grant down into the corner. He'll drive it out across the racetrack. Is up and over on the front chute. Oh my goodness. Red flag coming out. Mitchell Moles upside down here just underneath the flag stand. Good technique. He'll dodge bottom down turn number 1 and 2 and try to drive away onto the back straightaway. Slip of the grip. Here comes McIntosh down the inside. Look out. They almost get together. Ken and McIntosh digging and pawing, scratching and clawing, trying to get the number 1 spot away from Tibbs. Tibbs hangs tight with him. Tibbs was technically scored first as they rolled across. Now shuffle back into second, down into the corner, and he'll throw a hot slider coming out across the rack. Out of turn number 4, McIntosh easily able to get back to the inside. Number 08 car back behind Justin Grant, running third. Buddy Kofoid, the number 67, back behind as well. Is down on the inside. Tim's going to catfish the bottom and go back to P1 for the 97 car. Changed up the whole game plan. That'll force McIntosh up to the high side, the 08. He'll sail it off into turn number 3. Up across the racetrack, right across the snoot of the 97. Clip the whiskers on him, back to the point for McIntosh. Meanwhile, Buddy down on the inside, challenging the 2 cars. Now Justin Grant finding speed, almost clips the back of the 97 as Tibbs hails it on through, around the outside. Got him. Hangs on to it for McIntosh. He'll go defensive down to turn number 1 and 2, and that is a tremendous battle up front between those top 4 cars. White flag comes out. Final voyage of velocity here at Jefferson County Speedway. On this final night of the Midwest Midget Championship, $10,000 to the winner, and a young 15-year-old racer out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's caution flag comes out. And then cut him loose down into turn number 1 and 2. Here goes McIntosh out the inside. Slides around across the racetrack. Tim's back down low. McIntosh, good drive down in the corner. And Tim's working on the 08. McIntosh drops the nose. White flag comes out. One more trip around. Mac got a high line. 3 wide. Look out. One across the snoot. 2 cars get hooked together. Buddy Kofoid to the top spot. Out of turn number 4. Jerry Cooch Jr. on the inside. Can't get there in time. Out of the car he comes. Makes some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
On the biggest stage in what has been the biggest year of his burgeoning racing career, Buddy Kofoid was poised to soak in his moment in the limelight by winning at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. To beat him, Kofoid had to pull out all the stops in the 4th running of the BC 39.
Up front, your race leader Moles down on the inside. Brings it tight to the tires. Here comes McIntosh on the attack for the top spot. New race leader into turn number 1. Can he hang on to it? That's the question. He pedals out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Mitchell Moles going to be forced to the high side. Quick to capitalize on the restart goes Kyle Larson. He'll pick up a spot on the down in turn number 1 and 2 as he drove off the bottom in the number 86 car. Meanwhile, up front, here comes the run. And a McIntosh trying to pick off your top spot. Buddy Kofoid finding some speed back behind. Oh, slip of the grip for Mitchell Moles. Boom, there goes the 08 car around the outside. Up front is fence post formation out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side action. Deep back in the fields. We got one up and over. Hang on to it. Tough tumble for the 89 car, Mitchell Moles. Here we'll see exactly what happened with Mitchell Moles and just that hop, skip, and a jump, and wow! Caught it with the front end and just whipped him around as he ambles down into turn number 3. Cracks the whip. We're back underway. Oh my, I thought that was going to go bad back in the mid-pack. Had a tough drive coming out turn number 4. Everybody continues on to a little contact. Trey Gropp struggling the 08X car. As hang on to it. Meserol got himself biked up down the corner. I could not look away from the front of this field. Up front, Cannon McIntosh, your race leader, Buddy Kofoid, giving it to 1-4 down into 3, and here comes a bomb. Drops one out across the racetrack for Kofoid. Ricochets off the wall. McIntosh able to get on through. Brady Bacon was trying to save him back behind. They race into the cluster, and here comes Kofoid with another one. He'll throw a third one down the corner. McIntosh going to have to try to turn it back to the inside. That one will stick. Here comes McIntosh now, down on the inside. Slider City off the wall for Buddy Kofoid, and right back onto the point for the number 67 car. Using every inch of the racing surface. Off the wall again. Works the rim. Hangs on to the top spot. McIntosh. He'll slide him down into turn number 1 and 2. Kofoid able to get back to the inside for the number 67. McIntosh will run her deep into turn number 3. But boom! Back to the point for the 08 car. Kofoid returns the favor. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Right back to the inside comes McIntosh. The 08. Justin Grant moves into third. He's watching it all from back behind as McIntosh leads him across for lap number next. 5 to go. Kofoid skitters out across the racetrack. McIntosh can't get back that time. Buddy Kofoid goes to the point. Here comes Cannon with another one. Just throwing them. Haymaker left and right all the way around the racing surface. Justin Grant, Thomas Meserol round out their top 4. The caution flag comes out.
Buddy, it's to win. That's it.
Win indeed as we bring him out to turn number 4, put him back underway. 3 laps to go. McIntosh down on the inside. Kofoid going to try to turn it. Here comes Justin Grant. Meserol back behind. Kyle Larson as well. Kofoid deep down into the corner. Goes up, looks for the wall, ricochets off, takes him across now. 2 laps to go that time by. McIntosh right back at him again. Can't get there in time. Look at him go. Holy smokes as he carries some speed around this joint. White flag comes out for Buddy Kofoid. He'll ricochet one more time. Final points of velocity. This run through 1 and 2 is absolutely incredible. It's the wall of death down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Up front, Buddy Kofoid going to pick up the BC 39 win. Wow! Was full effort. 110%. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
Cannon McIntosh's first USAC National Midget victory 2 years ago right here at Missouri Sweet Springs Motorsports Complex required a daredevil performance. No such moves were necessary for the Bixby, Oklahoma racer on this night as he got the bulk of his work completed early in lightning-quick, non-stop green-to-checker fashion on night 1 of the John Hinck Championship.
As McIntosh finding some velocity into 08, has run down Brenham Crouch that last lap around. Here comes Cannon. Watch him now down into turn number 3 as he looks around the outside. New race leader, boom, got him right at the line. Picked him off by a couple thousand in the second. He'll move into the number 1 spot. Brenham Crouch shuffle back into second. Lap traffic is looming large just ahead of Cannon McIntosh in the 08. As Jace Park maintains his velocity just ahead of your race leader. Top 3 cars on the same straightaway back behind Zach Dobbs there as well as McIntosh. Look out, throwing sliders on Jace Park. Park races him back. He has no idea he's trying to run with the race leader. It's Brenham Crouch now within, let's call it 6 car lengths down into the corner. McIntosh, another slider on Jace Park. Crouch has got room around the outside. Tries to keep that thing throttled up. There he is! Right across the tail tank of Cannon McIntosh. That's your first and second position in heavy lap traffic. And what a bold move by Cannon McIntosh. Just shot through there like a bar of soap. He's able to pick off those 2 cars and get 2 lap cars between himself and Brenham Crouch in the 97. So he'll take it around one more time on the 6 mile. Now to turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Cannon McIntosh battled his way to the front. He'll hold off everybody and pick up the win here on night number 1 of the John Hinck Championship. As he is already up and out, Cannon McIntosh, make some noise.
One single night of absence from victory lane was all Buddy Kofoid could endure. Following an uncharacteristic mid-pack result the night before, he certifiably returned to form on a trail that required him to carve out a path of his own doing.
He's back behind on this restart. Buddy Kofoid was going to try to make some hay to the outside. We got him side by side. Brian Wiedemann's going to get picked off by Joby Miller, and up front, new race leader. Tom goes to the point. Not able Dom squirted through down on the inside. Lewis shuffled back into second on the field. Here comes Dason Persley around the outside, working about a car width and a half up off the bottom. Persley found something where nobody else dare tread. So he will challenge your race leader. Dason Persley around the outside of Dom. Does he have the number 1 spot? Not just yet. He'll try to seal the deal down in turn number 3 and 4. Zach Dom on the inside. Good drive coming off the bottom. Up front, Dason Persley scored as the race leader. Ricochets through the middle of the racetrack. Charges down the back straightaway. Zach Dom's going to keep him company into turn number 3. Buddy Kofoid working a high line back behind, trying to make something happen. Persley now seals the deal in the number 1 spot. Meanwhile, Kate Lewis gets shuffled back even further. Zach Dom bounces off the apron and wheelies onto the back straightaway and follows in the footsteps. Little slip of grip. Persley not good coming off the bottom out of turn number 4. Opens himself up to attack. Zach Dom trying to get back into the number 1 spot. Got him out of turn number 2, and that is a tremendous tussle taking place up front. And Persley now throws caution to the wind and rams it hard into turn number 4. Meanwhile, up front, here comes the number 67. Buddy Kofoid into the corner, slide job down to the insider. That's called a drive job onto the front straightaway. It's stuck. Buddy Kofoid close that time by. Trailed or missed it by 81,000th of a second. That is tight to the wall down the back straightaway. Zach Dom he is sitting duck. We're about to find out because we're going to shoot the shot out of turn number 4. Buddy Kofoid goes to the point. Got him by 1/1000th of a second that time by. Now seals the deal out of turn number 2. Zach Dom's got to change up the game plan. Back behind Dason Persley will. 71 car, little too tight on the cushion. Can't get around the rim like Buddy Kofoid does in the 67. Meanwhile, Bryant Wiedemann, the 01 car coming from that 15th starting spot, has worked his way onto a podium position and runs 3rd out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. So we hustle down into the corner. Hang on to it, race fans. It's going to be a hot pucker factor from here on out. As down to the inside, Zach Dom grabs the binders, punches the throttle. Can he get back to the number 1 spot? He's got him. Across the line, almost got there in time for Zach Dom. Buddy Kofoid by 4/1000th of a second that time by. 3 to go, it'll be 2 to go the next time. Coming out turn number 4, Dom trying to use that extra moisture to his advantage. Rock and rolls around. Persley back up to P3, got around Bryant Wiedemann on the restart. He goes back to a podium spot in the 71 car. Wiedemann shuffled back into 4th. Kaylee Bryson coming to call for that 4th position as the white flag comes out. One more trip around for Buddy Kofoid. Picked up a win here last year. He's trying to double up at Sweet Springs Motorsports Complex at the John Hinck Championship, presented by Dahmer Powertrain. Up front, Buddy Kofoid picks up the win. Up and out of the car he comes. Makes some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
10 is just a number, but when it comes to USAC National Midget Racing, it's more than just a number. No driver had posted a double-digit number of wins in more than 3 decades, and Buddy Kofoid was bound and determined to do it in style in a KKM podium sweep.
Kaylee Bryson's got to be just about perfect up front in the 71 car because Brenham Crouch is right there chomping at the bit, back behind. Big battles taking place, still back in the field. Brenham Crouch close, down into turn number 1, goes to the inside. He'll challenge on lows. Unfortunately, one up and over. Bryant Wiedemann capsizes down at turn number 4 and brings out the red flag. Kaylee Bryson, here comes Jacob Denny, slings it hard down into turn number 3. Denny goes to P2. Buddy Kofoid going to have to sling one down into the corner. Buddy Kofoid contact with Jacob Denny. Denny off the top shelf. Buddy trying to get that thing jacked sideways, started hopping. There was nothing he could do at that point. Brenham Crouch now scored 3rd. Here comes Taylor Reimer in the 25K car. Challenging on the 97 of Crouch. And along for the ride, the number 25, Jacob Denny. Went back to that last scored lap. That was a bit of a break for him as Kofoid throws a slider. And Bryson up front. Kaylee turns it back down to the inside, hangs on to P1. A little skip onto the front chute. Here comes the 67 car. Watch him now. Down into turn number 1. Out across the racetrack. Bryson's got to get on the binders. Kofoid goes to the number 1 spot. Kaylee have to take it deep into turn number 3. Got twisted up. Buddy Kofoid goes to P1. Kaylee Bryson now scored 2nd on the field. Back behind Brenham Crouch in the 97 car. White flag is flown for Buddy Kofoid up front. Race leader going to take it down the back chute into turn number 3. Buddy Kofoid looking to win the James Dean Classic with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series red flag. Red flag out for the number 40 car. And up out of his race car comes Buddy Kofoid picking up the win here tonight.
Mitchell Moles had never before laid eyes on Eldora Speedway. At the end of the night, he'd done more than lay eyes on it. He tamed the beast that very few dare to take on.
Lead out, turn up 2 and down the back straightaway. Big move for Cannon McIntosh. Goes on to the point. 08 car going to set the pace, or is he? Here comes a run down on the inside. Justin Grant trying to come to call Wiedemann down on the inside.
Yeah, good move by Bryant Wiedemann. This was what makes this series so exhilarating and so terrifying. Cannon McIntosh is going to stay right there on the top rail and try to stretch his advantage down the back straightaways. We've got a dogfight for second, third, and fourth.
They do indeed down on the inside. Here comes another run out of that number 89 car. Mitchell Moles working at number 2 spot, gives it up to Bryant Wiedemann, who'll go back to the attack. Down on the inside, Wiedemann on the cushion, high side. Here comes Mitchell Moles up across. Wiedemann turns him down to the inside, back to P2 for the 01 car.
He's got to really skate that thin line between success and disaster. And there, you see Mitchell Moles in the same scenario.
Meanwhile, back behind Bryant Wiedemann.
Whoa, trouble.
Is McIntosh up and over. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he flirted with it, then finally caught the fence there and sort of topsy-turvied around and ended up on his side.
Wiedemann had to strike fast, strike hard down on the inside. Couldn't quite get around Mitchell Moles. Moles able to stretch out on him, but the 89 car throws a gap. Here comes Buddy Kofoid. Wiggle slider down into the corner. Back behind, following suit, Alex Bright.
Well, that was a big move by Buddy Kofoid, no doubt about it. And now will he have time to make a run? Sands running through the hourglass. Oh, hold your breath.
Up to the cushion, Buddy Kofoid. Back up into second on the field. Lemon to life back behind. He's been tweaking on that unit. 89X car. Here comes Chris Windham up into the number 4 spot.
Wow, and he came from the back of the pack. Good job by Big Daddy as the white flag is out.
Wiedemann, another run at your top spot. It's going to slide up across. Buddy Kofoid, big speed down to the inside. Look out, had to draw onto the brakes. And unfortunately got locked in a bit of a tussle down into turn number 3. Out of the corner we come. Checkered flag will fly, and it's going to be Mitchell Moles picking up the win. NOS Energy Drink can comes out. And your feature event winner tonight already up and out of the race car. Make some noise for him, race fans. It's Mitchell Moles.
While it was a good performance the year before, perhaps it was even better for Chris Windham a year later. Windham got his satisfaction in a myriad of manners and a deja vu display during the Four Crown Nationals at Ohio's Eldora Speedway.
Boy, you just have to watch him go through this first lap. They are so close together here at the Big E.
Chris Windham took a shot to top spot. He falls back into P2 on the field. Crum down on the inside. Windham catching company out of the 19. Logan Seavey working at number 3 spot. Here comes Buddy Kofoid down on the inside.
Yeah, Buddy Kofoid looks like he's got a hot rod, but he always seems to be in that position. Here's the battle up front.
Is indeed. Windham had it momentarily with that little slide job coming through the corner. Crum back into the P1 spot for the number 26 car. Hustles himself down the back straightaway. Windham looking out wide into 3. He'll lead him this time down into the corner.
Yeah, he kept his boot in it on the high side in 2. Now drifts up in 4, powers off, and he'll have the point.
Got the point indeed. Top 3 cars breaking away. Here comes Kofoid down on the inside. The number 67 car draws alongside the 26. How you doing? Came up and shook hands with Chance Crum. Kofoid continues to sail around the rim in that 67 car. That is a great tussle taking place. Chris Windham so far.
Trouble in 4.
Oh, that's big trouble. That's more in trouble. That is horribly awry down there as I saw that car going end over end in turn 4. Well, I think what's telling the tale there for the number 67, watch him out of turn number 2. He's changed his trajectory coming out of the corner and kind of working down off the cushion. No, he caught it! That's a bad one. Buddy Kofoid hot into turn number 1, got jacked sideways. Chance Crum with no place to go came up and smoked the 67 car, and that takes 2 very fast race cars out of the mix.
Looking to go back-to-back in the midgets. He's got about 3/4 of a straightaway lead.
Yeah, huge advantage coming across here with 2 to go now. 2.5 seconds the last time through, and he continues to drive away from the slide job city, taking place back behind. Wiedemann got the number 2 spot away from Alex Bright. Bright right back down to the inside. The veteran holds him off and kind of got a little bump in the rump for the effort.
Yep, here comes the white flag for Chris Windham. Unless he has a mechanical, this is all but solved. Second, far from it.
Yeah, far from it indeed. Wiedemann another slider. Now scored second on the field for the 0-1er. Still scored second on the field. Alex Bright not able to come back into number 25 car. Meanwhile, Windham already into turn number 3.
Yeah, Chris Windham's going to put this one in the book check. Here he comes.
Out of turn number 4, doubles checkers fly. The Four Crown Nationals midget feature goes to Chris Windham in the 89X. The 40th running of the Four Crown Nationals midget winner, Chris Windham.
As part of his initiation to USAC National Midget Racing, Mitchell Moles took on a variety of racetracks of all sizes and shapes during his rookie season. On 3 occasions in 2022, he had been triumphant in his debut appearance at a particular venue. The first time he laid eyes on Wayne City, Illinois' Wayne County Speedway, the story remained the same at the Jason Leffler Memorial.
22 laps remain, and Meserol's got to work on his race car a little bit, tweak the knobs, because Mitchell Moles is going to get it away from him this time out of turn number 2. Here comes the big gal, the number 89. Meserol shall not go quietly into the night. Battles to the outside, up into the slick for the 7X car, and he continues to find speed. How? I have no idea. As Mitchell Moles shuffled back into the number 2 spot, it looked like the race was his to take. So trying again down on the inside. Meserol still the first one coming across the line by a couple thousandths of a second. Maria Kofer lies ahead. There's the slip of the grip Moles needed. So Meserol now is going to have to ricochet off the cushion. Down low, the 57 is going to hold up the 89 car. She goes top shelf. Meserol, the meat and the sandwich, trying to take up 3 wide with lap traffic. They also out of the corner. Mitchell Moles, your race leader, the 89 car. Meserol trying to get back into second, just cannot hold it down on the inside of the racetrack. And now Zach Dom's going to pick his pocket for the B2 spot. The game is afoot. Down at turn number 1 and 2, and Moles hits his marks and finds his stride. Out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. White flag coming out this time. Out of turn number 4, Zach Dom. Close. Trying to hang with that 89 car. He's right up to the back bumper, but Mitchell Moles, good drive. Coming out of the corners, rockets down the back, shoot into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, the rookie runner out of Raisin City is going to pick up the Jason Leffler Memorial. Mitchell Moles victorious here tonight. The CB Industries, pristineauction.com, KNC Drywall, NOS Energy Drink number 89. He is up. He is out. He's Mitchell Moles.
Justin Grant had waited long enough. After becoming the first driver in USAC National Midget history to win the first 3 feature events to start a season, Grant endured a lengthy 6-month wait that encompassed a 21-race winless drought between April and October. For Grant, this one was more than a long time coming.
Into the corner, another slider getting in, slams on the binders, tries to woe it to the wall. Jacob Denny back to the inside, hangs on to P1 by the skin of his teeth across the line. Way up high for the 67 car and a big run down the back straightaway. Denny's not going to be able to hold him at bay that time. He'll wait for him to slide on through. Slow slider of his own. Justin Grant's right there. And on to the point goes the 67 car. Buddy Kofoid out the P1. Denny's going to drive out across the racetrack and back onto the point. Back to the inside goes Kofoid to 67. Grant bringing it number 3 spot. Slider coming out of the corner as well. Double sliders both ends of the racetrack. Denny scored P1 as they came across. Kofoid trying to get it back away from him again. Denny says, nay, nay, not today. Is back down to the inside goes the 67. Grant trying to get in the mix as well. Denny holds off Kofoid one more time as he takes the Mount Stout ride down into the corner. He's going to move out across the racetrack. Kick dirt in the face of the 67 car. Down to the inside goes Buddy Kofoid. He'll try to make it a slow slider and whoa up the 61. Back to the number 1 spot for Zach Dom coming from the tail of the field as well. There's Slarian over the top spot. Able to slide out across the snoot of the number 67. Back down to the inside for Justin Grant. Looking for the top spot. Shuts the lane down. He's got a P1 for the 2J. Buddy shuffle back into second on the field. RMS Racing car up front. Now another RMS Racing car looking for the number 3 spot on Jacob Denny. Back behind, Meserol skips out across, moves into P3. Denny shuffle back into 4th on the field with just 4 laps to go. Bring it across, 2 laps to go that time by. White flag the next time for the 2J car up front. Kofoid trying to get to him. Down the inside goes Buddy. Clips the whiskers on the 2J car. Grant able to turn it back to the inside drag race. Takes the lane away. Down the front chute. Trying to kill some momentum on Kofoid. Kofoid, the 67 car, is going to bring the heat. This time down turn number 3. Bam! Little shot in the shorts on the entrance. Both of them go out wide. Meserol down on the inside. Checkered flag comes out. Grant picks up the win. So RMS Racing going 3 in a row out here at the Harvest Cup. Up and out of the car he comes. Justin Grant picks up the win here tonight.
22 years ago, a teenage Thomas Meserol stood in victory lane at Bakersfield Speedway after winning his first USAC-sanctioned feature race in the Western States Midget Division. 22 years later, he stood in the very same spot as he did on that night in the year 2000, replicating the unwavering exuberance that has remained a constant throughout his career. But this time, it came on the national stage.
Comes around your race lead out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 7X cars right there. Reimer comes down the inside, protect on the slide job. bobs and weaves her way around the apron of the racetrack and hangs on to the P1 spot for yet another lap. Timez continues to work the wheel back behind Taylor Reimer. 67 car able to slip on through. He'll pick up a spot as well. As here comes Timez, slide job. Boom! Drops the bomb on her. Down into the corner, out over the cushion. Reimer trying to get back to the inside. Had to crank it back over, but Meserol goes on to the point in the 7X car. Reimer hanging tough out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Is back behind. Pickens watches on. The 4 car stumbled a little bit. Meserol around the outside. As Reimer couldn't quite throw the slider on him. Just leapt away from the field for a 7X car. They're going to have to run him down into turn number 3. Pickens back behind, digging for all he's worth. Meserol out over the cushion at 4 tires, up above the rim. Down into turn number 1 and 2 he goes yet again. Got him covered. He is hot to trot here at the November Classic. Bakersfield Speedway, a little wheelie action, and Meserol's going to pick up the win. And up and out of the car he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Timez.
No individual or team has been more synonymous with winning USAC National Midget feature events in this era than Keith Kunz Motorsports. When Tanner Carrick crossed the finish line at the conclusion of the Hangtown 100 opener at California's Placerville Speedway, he delivered an all-time record victory, the 134th for KKM, to break the long-standing record held by Steve Lewis.
Car taking over the number 1 spot. Michael Pickens trying to hang on to it. He's got company coming around the outside. Tanner Carrick blazing down through in the number 71M car. Moves on to the point. Pickens going to have to pick up the pace. Battles for third as well. Wyndham's got himself in a bit of a tussle back there with the number 68. There's a slide job coming out of the corner. Pickens taking a shot at him. Tanner Carrick says, nay, not today. He goes back onto the point. Pickens going to run him down into turn number 3 and another run down the corner. Slide job out across the racetrack. Rocks back in. He'll take a shot in the shorts for the effort. Carrick battles back around the outside. Wyndham's there now, coming to call along with the 68. Jason McDougal into the 08 car coming out turn number 4. Meanwhile, Buddy Kofoid's going to work on Chris Wyndham. Is up front. Battle for your race lead. Pickens down on the inside. Carrick around the outside. Hangs on to it. We're across 4 laps to go. Won the most recent race here at Placerville Speedway. He's going to win tonight on his preliminary night, the Hangtown 100. Carrick puts that one into the books. That is win number 134 for KKM. Tanner Carrick gives Keith Kunz Motorsports win number 134, which makes them the winningest driver entry in USAC National history. They got around Lewis, but here he comes. Make some noise for Tanner Carrick. Pulling a double here tonight. Not only a feature event win, but a big win for KKM. Nice dismount, too.
Buddy Kofoid made no bones about it. He wanted to be the one to deliver Keith Kunz Motorsports its record-breaking 134th USAC National Midget entrant victory. However, a full day later, Kofoid took solace in his performance during the second night in Hangtown.
Hello, how you doing? Timez company down the inside. Wiedemann's right there to the 97K flying ride. Tim's high side of the racetrack. Buddy Kofoid down low still, and he 4-0! Wiedemann shoots up off the bottom, and Timez goes bye-bye, and he's going to come back with a vengeance in the 7X car. That just lit his fuse. So Wiedemann takes over the top spot, races around the corner, 67 in hot pursuit. The rest of the field following. Now the corner still 3 wide out of turn number 4. Chance Crum trying to work the field. The number 26 got himself in a 3-wide battle with Kaylee Bryce, and that's back in the mid-pack. Slide job for your race lead, though, as Kofoid goes on to the point. Wiedemann shuffle back into the number 2 spot. There's going to be something for Timez TV coming up. He's got GoPros mounted on the race car, and that's going to be an episode to watch. Just look out, there was a slide job taking place for the number 3 spot. Carey couldn't pull it off. Meanwhile, Kofoid trying to clear Meserol. Here comes Timms. Timms, no! Jacked it sideways. He's gone. Caution flag coming out. Off and running. Crescent 08's going to follow around the high side of the racetrack. Carried down to the inside. It's going to get Avedissian to the outside. Jade, look out. He goes to the top shelf just across the nose. Jade Avedissian. She's able to escape and hang on to it. She'll battle on the outside. No! No, 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 no! Son of a biscuit. She was running that outside line, got crowded into the wall, and Jade Avedissian goes for a wicked ride off of turn 1. She is already out. Head out across the racetrack, and there's the young lady right there that's ready to tussle. Yeah, she's going for a little discussion down here on the back straightaway. Well, that was a little fist bump right there. That's what, all right. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. That was a thanks for the ride fist bump. One more trip around Placerville Speedway, and he's going to ride the rim all the way down into turn number 3 and 4. Night number 2, the Hangtown 100 presented by Mount Wood Racing is going to go to another KKM car. This night, it's Buddy Kofoid picking up the win. Up and out he comes, race fans. Let him hear you. Buddy picking up the win.
In his biggest year yet, Buddy Kofoid pocketed his biggest payday yet. With 32 grand on the line, the Hangtown 100 was one of the most sought-after crown jewels Kofoid yearned to secure, with both the victory and the overall title.
Comes McIntosh, a 0-8, changed up the game plan. Sometimes you got to go where they ain't. He's going to try to follow around the bottom and see if that pays any dividends. Now Kofoid goes to the middle of the racetrack. Here comes McIntosh around the outside. New race leader out of turn number 2. McIntosh moves on to the point. Kofoid shuffled back into second. That happened as Buddy Kofoid was testing the water down the middle of the racetrack, much like Kenna McIntosh is doing right now. Kofoid goes back around the outside and back into the number 1 spot. Deep into turn number 3. Slings it in, looks for the cushion, high side of the racetrack. McIntosh right there with him. He'll dodge down to the inside, rotate the bottom. Trying to get a good drive. Come down turn number 2, pulls up to the back bumper of Kofoid, down into lap traffic. Buddy masterfully working to the middle of the racetrack. Speed coming out of McIntosh in the 0-8. Down to the inside, both your top 2 cars go out wide for the 67, right back into the number 1 spot for McIntosh. 0-8 moves on to the point. Buddy drops the nose, drives down off the gravity as he continues to pedal his way around. Just outside the top 3, now into top 3 comes the 88. Tanner Thorson enters the fray. Meanwhile, McIntosh under attack for the race lead. Kofoid to the inside. They'll come together. Kofoid goes back into P1. McIntosh shuffle back into second. Hammered through 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Buddy Kofoid back onto the point. McIntosh P2. Look out. Ricochet off the bottom. The teammates almost got together there between Spencer Mason and Carson Macedo. They race around back just outside. There's top 7 or 8 cars. Chance Crum down low. How about that from 6th to 3rd now for Chance. He's going after 2nd. Able to get around Justin Grant. He's got a good drive right in the middle of the racetrack. And the Radine Racing number 26 car moves up into P2 on the field. That is a quarter and son of a gun right there as he moves into 2nd now. Tries to run down your race leader, Buddy Kofoid up front. Working the slick out of turn number 4 down to front chute. He is stuck to the track like a toad on a Texas turnpike. Out of turn number 2 and down to back chute. Man, that thing's moving. Watch him down into turn number 3 and 4. Back behind. The lanes have changed. That middle of the track starting to open up for a couple drivers a little further back, but none more so than Chance Crum, who is right up on the back bumper of Kofoid down into the corner. Buddy on the outside. Chance drops the nose for the race lead. Out of turn number 4. Can't get there just yet, but he is oh so close for the 26 car. Got a good drive again down on the bottom. Buddy Kofoid not quite as quick on the top shelf. He's got to change up the game plan if he wants to hang on to P1 as Crum continues to pester him down into turn number 1 and 2. Meanwhile, up front running a race lead, Chance Crum is right there. That baby planted on terra firma through turn number 3 and 4. Continues to work the bottom of the racetrack. Hot pursuit of Buddy Kofoid. That grind down at turn number 1 and 2 has got to be hard on that right rear tire, however. You got to keep that in the back of your mind as the laps dwindle here. And this Hangtown 100. Down on the inside, Michael Pickens, the number 4X car. Set to go lap down as we got one crossed up just in front of your race leader. Look out. Up to the back bumper of the 84, Jade Avedisian. Chance Crum within 2 car lengths is right there. Can he get him? White flag set to come out. Kofoid sliding the lap traffic. One more trip around Placerville Speedway. Crum so close. Right back behind the 26, rotating down on the bottom. Here we go. Turn number 3 and 4. Checker flag set to come out. And Buddy Kofoid's going to win the Hangtown 100. Here he comes, race fans. Get ready to make some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
An Australian team, a New Zealand chassis, and an American driver. Those three ingredients combine to make up the perfect formula for Carson Macedo's first career USAC National Midget victory at California's Merced Speedway.
Sweeps out wide. Andriotti around the outside leads lap number 1. Jake hammers it down into the corner. On to Charge, trying to make something happen. Crum hanging tight with him down into turn number 3. They'll stay side by side. Look out, Crum coming up across. Andriotti avoids it, stays to the outside, leads lap number 2. Close quarters coming out. As Crum moves into the number 1 spot. Jake drops down to the inside now. Justin Grant's right there. Grant, the number 2 car, kind of stacked up behind, and Chance Crum's going to lead lap number 3. So we'll single out back behind. She is hop, skipping a jump around here. So I'm looking back for our quick qualifier, Jade Avedissian. Had the quickest car out on the racetrack during Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Had it in qualifying as well. Trying to make her way up through the field. Meanwhile, up front, Justin Grant's going to take that number 1 spot away from Crum. As he rotates off the bottom, and the RMS Racing number 2 J car goes into P1 on the field. Now goes Macedo down into the corner, trying to ride the rim onto the back straightaway, see if he can get a run on the top 3. Andriotti down on the inside, pestering on Crum. Crum slides out wide. Macedo, a lot of speed coming out of the 99 AU. Down to the inside goes Carson. Slips through the eye of the needle. Almost had him in a 3-wide stair-step formation for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the field. As he'll try to run down the 2 J car up front. Justin Grant, a sitting duck. Here comes Macedo down into turn number 1 and 2. Making some hay on the top shelf. Blows around the outside of Justin Grant. Grant down on the inside now. Has got to get her throttled up. Macedo goes to P1 in a big way. Everybody else getting sucked along these vortex back behind. Off the wall for the 67 car. Buddy kind of glanced off of it just prior to the flag stand, and that scrubs some speed. Look at the sliders happening back behind. Meanwhile, up front, white flag comes out. One more trip around. Macedo just too stout for him here tonight. Catches the cushion out, turn number 2, and heads down the back straightaway. Former National Rookie of the Year. This is his first USAC National Midget win as the double checkers come out for Carson Macedo. He's ready. Up and out he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Carson Macedo.
When all else fails, head to the top. Buddy Kofoid successfully put this theory to the test in the penultimate round of the season at Merced.
Sit down into the corner, back behind, 3 wide, stacked up down on the inside. Jade Avedissian gave a little shot in the shorts to Buddy Kofoid. Right through the apex of turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide, 4 wide, back in the field. Onto the front chute we come. The game is afoot. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Taylor Reimer kind of caught in the middle, and she's making it work for the 25K car as they race into turn number 3. Still almost in that 4-wide formation onto the front chute. It's Kofoid, 67, trying to find speed here on this second night at Merced. Now working the top shelf, both ends of the racetrack. Looks around the outside of McDougal, who picked him off out of turn number 2. And yep, the top lane is there. Kofoid's the first to find it. Watch him now out of turn number 4. Jade Avedissian lies just ahead for the 67. Ricochets off the front stretch wall. That's in the game plan. See rockets around the outside. Closing on the 84 car. That'll be a battle for 3rd. Final podium spot. He's got it out of turn number 4. 2nd sits down on the inside to 57. Kofoid shown the way. Carson Macedo crossover. Kofoid down low on Whitley. Picks him off into turn number 3. Avedissian quick to get the memo. She'll hop up on the high side. Looking for 3rd. Catches a tire. Jade back to the throttle again. Kofoid's going to run down Spencer Baston up front. Baston so far out in front, he has no idea the lane has changed. Whitley hops up to the high side now. He's off the front stretch wall. Sparks fly under the flag stand with 6 laps to go. Baston trying to maintain out front. The 9AU car has got to change his lane because Kofoid's coming. Down into the corner goes the 67 car. Off of the cushion and down the back straightaway. Hello, how you doing? For the race lead out of turn number 4. Watch this. Boom, new race leader got him. Picks up the number 1 spot, 4 laps to go. Now Spencer Baston will change up the lane. He'll follow Kofoid down into the corner, trying to hang on to the number 2 spot. Down into turn number 1 as Kofoid walks away from Spencer Baston. McDougal's got it. Avedissian wants it. Checker flag is about to fly out of turn number 4, and it's going to be Buddy Kofoid at Merced. Is up, and now the car he comes. Make some noise for Buddy Kofoid.
It's a dream come true to win the Turkey Night Grand Prix. That goes for most anybody who straps into a midget, but especially for Justin Grant as he charged, withstood, battled, banged, and tussled for 98 laps on the beach of Ventura, California during the season closer.
Moves up to P4, and here comes Wiedemann back down the inside with a little wheelie action out turn number 2. Meanwhile, up front, new race leader out of 4. Got him, 0-8, Canna McIntosh. Found the lane change, he's up high. Buddy Kofoid down low, and McIntosh leads him into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Buddy Kofoid's going to watch him recede into the distance. Green flag comes out, his race to start through the apex. He throttled that baby up. Boom! Slow chop on to 67. Carson Macedo, like a ninja, jumped all over the number 67 down in the corner. Kofoid shuffled back into third, and here comes Thorson down on the inside. 88 car takes over the last podium spot, goes after Macedo into turn number 2. Can't quite get there in time. Kofoid comes up, a little tap, tap, tap on the back bumper. He'll challenge on Thorson. Slide job across the 88 car. Can't catch it. Thorson still hangs on to P3. Kofoid right back after him again. Justin Grant behind. Look out over the cushion, and over goes Kofoid. 88 of Tanner Thorson jumped the cushion. That thing came up off the ground and landed right in front of Buddy Kofoid. The steering wheel is tossed out of the 67 car. But meanwhile, Justin Grant getting racy with Carson Macedo in the 99 U car. Look out, McIntosh stalls. Had that baby biked up on both sides, and unfortunately had to get on the binders hard and shut the car off. Blast of the pass for the 5T car had him kind of rattled onto the front straightaway. Down to the inside goes Kevin Thomas Jr. Meanwhile, Andriotti and Wiedemann are side by side back behind Thorson for the race lead. Out across the nose of the 2J car. Justin Grant still hanging on to it. He'll run her deep down into turn number 1. Thorson rotating through the middle right up to the back bumper. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. At low line, the slide job on himself down into turn number 1 as here comes Thorson. Nope, nothing to be found on the inside. Oh, Thorson's around. Thorson's around. Justin Grant, no pressure on the 2J car, takes him across now with 4 laps to go. 5T car out across the racetrack for Kevin Thomas Jr. Kyle Larson now got to drive down to the inside. That door is shut. He is putting big pressure up on the apron. Lofted that baby into the number 2 spot and opened up the door for 2 cars to drive on through. That was a bold move by the 87 to snag the number 2 spot. Up front, 2 laps to go for Justin Grant. 2J car rips down into turn number 1. Back behind, Bryant Wiedemann has the number 3 spot away from Jake Andriotti. Up front, Justin Grant will see the white flag fly. One more trip around as slide jobs galore happen back through the field. Race on into turn number 1 and 2, and up front, Justin Grant, the 2J car, rolled from the 13th starting spot, fought his way up to the front, and he will win the 81st running of the Turkey Night Grand Prix at Ventura Raceway. Up and out he comes, race fans. Make some noise. Justin Grant, Turkey Night Grand Prix champ.
Buddy Kofoid's first USAC National Midget Championship in 2021 was a special one. In the immediacy of it all, he admitted that the feeling would be difficult to top. However, when the prospect of back-to-back titles raced into his mind, he felt that he still had something to prove. In turn, Kofoid put together one of the most spectacularly excellent seasons in the history of the series. At the finish line, Kofoid delivered a record-extending 12th entrant title to Keith Kunz Motorsports and the 10th for Kerr Baggagania. In a dominant year from beginning to end, Kofoid became the first driver to repeat as champion since Brian Clausen in 2010 and 2011.
After the speed we had in winning the championship last year, I never doubted myself, and certainly never doubted anyone at KKM. I knew we were just going to get better and better, and I felt like every race this year we just got better and better, and I got even more comfortable, and we found new things and just got faster and faster. And it's funny, last year and really the last 2 years we've had trouble starting the night good with qualifying, and this year I felt like we've been a pretty good qualifier, and then we've heat raced really well, and then in the future we have, like I said, owe it all to them. I feel like I could come from anywhere and have a really good chance of winning the race. So like I said, Jared is on his game all the time and does not give up. I know, like I said, I go back to when we used to live together. He'd bring all his notes home, and he'd be out there 10, 11 o'clock at night after he got home from working on all our cars at 6 o'clock. So he is definitely the man, and he is, one of the main reasons why we were so successful. And I feel like our friendship has been, a big part in that, and we just click, and I feel like that's what it takes to win championships. And I feel like not a lot of people have what we have, so I'm really proud of that, and just proud of everyone at the Keith Coons Motorsports, operation for everything that they've done and what they continue to do to make our cars even faster. So.